Hello. As you can tell, my co-host today, you can already tell what type of reading this is gonna be. So light up if you gonna light up, drink if you gonna drink, and relax if you gonna relax. It's gonna be a high led reading, okay? So let's get into it. My name is Latice. I do readings on here as well as you can book readings with me down below. And yeah, nothing else more, nothing else less, and let's get into this. I did pull the big cards. I'm here. Spirit wants to be a little shady today. That's hilarious. That is funny that they say that. Okay. Let's get. I thought that said paternity test. I said, when the fuck did I write that? All right. Let's go ahead and get into this. See what Spirit has for you in such an elevated space, okay? All right, you ready? Okay, let's get into it. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my god. All right, let's get into this. I'm sorry. Was that rude of me? That's probably rude. No, I wasn't, but I still like ringing the bell. Let's go ahead and take this in. That's hilarious. That's also hilarious. What's funny is this was on the top of the deck, right? And at first, when I was pulling, getting drawn to the deck, seeing an energy spirit wanted to work with today, I almost pulled my Halloween deck. And then Spirit was like, no, that's not the one we want. Like, it's close, but no, because all my big decks are together. Yeah. Anyhow, anyway, and this was on top. And I was like, okay. And then obviously you just see me shuffle the cards. You heard the cards shuffling, all the good jazz, and it still came out. Then, before I even shuffled the cards, which I haven't done since I started doing tarot readings, is I split the deck. Like, every now and again I will, but like, barely. I split the deck. And when I split the deck, the word no came out. I guess I wrote it twice because I put no again. So it's almost like you have been getting a lot of messages, a lot of messages, a lot of downloads, a lot of receiving information and energy, a lot of taking it in, and a lot of recognizing that. I will close that, but Ruhi. So, compromising when you're in community is a thing. So you gotta learn how to calm your energy. Ashe, Ashe. So, with that being said, done, continued through, and focused. It's almost like you keep getting downloads, keep getting messages. Almost like you're walking past. It's like it's loud. You can't ignore it, And it's not in a way that you should be ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? So, with this recognition, it's this take on of you possibly aren't used to this or you're rediscovering it again and you're allowing that to flow through you in this new way. And so you kind of like, oh my god, what's so crazy is today I was thinking about my grandma. I love you, rest in peace, baby. I was thinking about my grandma, and she would say, I it's so crazy. People like God works in mysterious ways, but as soon as the mysterious ways start happening, they start getting suspicious. They start doubting. They start trying to cast it out. She said, I had so many people come to me. She said, I had so many people come to me and be like, I was after, I was she would counsel people too. And she said they would come to me after they talked and I would tell them what to do. And then obviously God started working in their life and they would get afraid and they would have cast God out. And then they would come back to me and be like, this is what's happening. And so I did this because, I don't do that. And she said, that was God. She was like, and I would just tell them that was God. That was God. And so I feel like you have to tap more into your intuition, tap more into your discernment, tap more into what that means. I've been doing a new practice that I found where I found him on Instagram, I believe, where he just goes, breathe in, swallow, blow out the candles. And then he just asks a whole bunch of like questions, and you don't say yes or no, you just go, mm-mm. That's it. And it's to tap back in with your solar plexus and your sacral energy, where you're getting out of your head and you're getting more into that creative mind state of where you are presently, and a whole lot of other things that it also helps and does. But I feel like that's what you need to start doing. It's just going with mm-hmm. And I always say intuition is like if somebody's offering you a plate of hot fresh shit and they say, hey, eat this, and you say no, that's how your intuition should be. You know you're not finna eat no motherfucking shit. And that's how strong. And so it comes in with this knowing of like, I know I'm not, and I'm going to treat it that way. I know this is what I want to do. So this is where I'm going after. This is what I desire. And so that's what you're going to. So you've been getting a lot of signs. Don't deny them. Don't dismiss them. Don't confuse them. It's okay to ask for reassurance. It's okay to pat yourself on the back and be like, "Ooh, I was right." All those things. But now is not the time, and never will be the time to be like, I don't know. Not this judgment card staring at me. We're gonna take it too, because I shuffled it. We got the judgment card coming out for you. A major arcana card. Again, this is gonna be a reawakening for sure. But to pull into the cards, the first one that we got is new growth, new things can feel like a sickness. Right? And then I wrote sore after workout, teething, and headache after crying, right? And so I wrote those things because soreness after workout is the feeling of your muscles. You know, they are now expanding, and that's why people are like, oh, I know I got a good workout when I'm sore the next day. It's because they know that they're stretching new muscles, their body's getting new strength, they're getting better stamina, all of these things. So sometimes it can feel a little painful to go through the sickness. That's why I say they be casting them out like this is the devil, this is, or this ain't right. It's your body possibly purging, it's your body releasing, it's your body getting ready for new growth, right? And that's just how it works. That's why they say some people I'm hearing like get morning, not here, but morning sickness. But that's why some people get it. It's because it's a change in the body, right? Hey, they got the crying. It's a release. The teething. It's new teeth. It can sometimes feel like a sickness. Headaches can also be very significant because when babies are teething, they can run a fever and get sick. hmm Thank you so much for that, Spirit. We got childlike faith and trust in the unknown. So this is where again that gut intuition, doing those meditational practices to tap back in with your solar plexus to reach those that unknown faith, which pushes hope. I mean, me and my friend were talking about that, like pushing what is hope? Like hope is always it's always kind of just empty. And then her also I think I talked about on here while I seen a video where somebody was like, faith that's grounded in something. It's grounded in spiritual reality. Versus hope is like, oh, I hope the best outcome happens, but hope that's why they always say hope for the best, expect for the worst. And so it's like, why would I want that? Why would or plan for the worst? It's like, dang, so I still got in my mind that possibly the worst versus faith is like, no, I got faith that if I jump, I'm gonna motherfucker fly or something gonna catch me. Ashe. So this childlike faith and trust in the unknown. To be jumping around your house and accidentally hurt yourself and I'm like, I'm fine, like it's good. It's like that face of like if you not, you'll also be able to cry and be like, I know what a band-aid kid is, or I'm gonna go tell my mom or something of that sort, right? So it's this faith. And so that new sickness that you're feeling, that it can be a lot of spooky stuff happening. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be reading. Ashe. It can be a lot of things where you're just like, you're not used to it. You're not comfortable. And it's not anything bad. It's your body adjusting to your new spiritual reality, to your new spiritual connection. to your new depth of self. Okay? Oh, sorry, my lips is dry. Okay? So, taking that we have no. No is a complete sentence. Okay? And that's right under sickness. You have to start, and I'm just gonna say it, it's like people that still eat dairy and they know their body's gonna fuck them up viciously afterwards. Right? And I just never got that even when I was eating dairy. Like, why are you fucking up your body when you eat? Like, if that simple pleasure is not like it. I can't. Anyhow, anyway, and not in like a judgment way, but it's like no, it's gonna be a complete. If it flows out of your mouth, if you're not able to complete a sentence, if you're not able to go to places, it's certain things where no is just gonna have to stand for you because your body's not going to allow it anymore. Your environment's not going to allow it anymore. Like it's going to feel like a sickness, and you need to be in places right now that are healing to you. What are they? Med unit, or you know what I mean. So it's like you're essentially going the hospital route, and so taking that in and recognizing that. It says if you're spending your time looking up, you might hit a pole. If you really gonna be walking with the divine, really walking with God, you ain't always gotta check and see if they're there, check and see if they checking for you. No. You just walk and know that it is there, that it is present, that it is set that way, that it is divine. You don't need to be looking up all the time. You might hit a fucking pole. And that's where the spiritual reality comes in. So take that on with yourself because your life is changing, your life is revamping. You don't need to check and see if the sky, you don't hear the fucking horn. You don't hear the horn. You gonna hear the motherfucking horn. Ashe. We have, I won't repeat myself. They have died. Your old self is dead, baby. I won't repeat myself. They have died. The old self is dead. I don't do that anymore. That's why I know it's going to be a complete sentence. That's why I say, because I'm not there anymore. I done purged that motherfucker out. I have evolved. I have shifted. I have changed. We got just because right on the other side of that. A lot of people are going to be thinking it's just because. Thank you. This is switched. I knew that felt off. I'll say. A lot of people will be thinking you're doing it just because to switch up or just to get this way. I remember when I was doing it on here and I was doing my podcast. I'm starting so I just flicked up the mic. I got the wrong one. Anyway, and setting that up there, and I had someone. My mom thought I was doing it just with funds. I was like, no. If I was doing it, I would have monetized it. I had opportunities to monetize it, and I didn't. It just didn't flow with what I was doing. To try to fit in this weird commercial into a spiritual reading, it was just weird. I was like, no. It makes no sense to me. I'm doing it because the message needs to get out. Like, if you really think I want to make money, like, look at the views. Like, I'm doing it because I know the people that's gonna hear it, gonna click on it, go watch it, and do what they need to do. Ashe. And so a lot of people are gonna be thinking you're doing things that are more aligned with you, that are more healing to you, that are more faith-like to you, that are more invested to you, that are more grounded to you. They're gonna be like, oh, they're just doing this because they're doing it because of this. They're doing this for attention. They do this. It's just like, what? No. I'm doing it because it's me. You're thinking about the old person. What is she saying? By the time you have heard this, I would have taken on another form. By the time the motherfuckers catch up to you, you gone. Just when we got tape pictures right under I won't repeat myself, they have died. Take pictures of yourself more. Take pictures, take videos of yourself in all forms, whether that's close up, full body. Start taking pictures of yourself, or start looking at yourself more in the mirror. Start touching yourself more. Start holding space to yourself in your physical body, and not just from the thought and perception of somebody else and how they're seeing your body. Get real comfortable with that in yourself. So you're like, I don't like taking it. You get comfortable with that. I don't like looking at. I was a person that did not look in the mirror ever. I did. What was the point? And I had to slowly get to that point to be like, when I want other people to respect me, treat me worthy, look at me, and I can't even feel seen in front of my own presence. I can't hear my own laugh. I can't. So it's like, don't do that. Okay? Start taking pictures of yourself, more videos. You ain't even gotta post them. But it's always good to look back on a nice little memory. We have embarrassment is in the eye of the beholder, baby, and that's right under the just because, right? And you notice I'm saying the one before it, right? Because it's a continuous progression. Because they don't think you're doing it just because. They're like, I would never do that. That's your own embarrassment told. I'm not embarrassed by being me. I'm not embarrassed to get up there and say this. I'm not embarrassed to dance. I'm not embarrassed to cook this and it might fail. I'm not embarrassed to, reach out to this person. I'm not embarrassed because you think I should be. I don't feel that. Okay? So take that in. A lot of people are like, ooh, yeah, bitch, shut the fuck up. Take it somewhere else. We have recharge the conveyor belt of energy in your life. It's a little bright. Let me get out close. Like I said, you need a place where you can literally heal. Look at these people we're raking. They need some time, baby. They need some motherfucking time. I got time on my time, time on my time on my time on my time. I don't know what that was. We're gonna rock and roll with that. You know I don't edit shit out, so have fun with seeing that. Anyway, recharge the conveyor belt of energy in your life. You are in a moment where you are going through this purge, you are going through this shift, you are going through this, not even a shift, like you at the point where, like I said, you could be just, you can really feel sick. It couldn't even be like sick around certain people and certain things, but it's leading you to trust that faith more, to trust your intuition more. It is leading you that way. Let's see what else we got. Final messages. Nope. I was worried for nothing. Whatever that is about, baby, you were worried for nothing. Confirmation right there. I was worried for nothing. That's right on top of the childlike, the spending time looking in the sky, the no, the sickness. Yeah, all that is leading you to be like, hey, I was worried for nothing. I love that. It says sometimes the most precious things are hidden in plain sight. Look where no one thinks to be found. Okay. And that is right on top of the I won't repeat myself, the take the pictures just because, the embarrassment, because that's where it is. You living your life, that is the most precious thing. And that is hidden in plain sight. Because they don't know why you're doing it. They think you did it, it ain't none of their business. They don't know why all of a sudden you glowing, it ain't none of their business. They don't know all of a sudden you don't go over there, it ain't none of their business. But that is the precious part of it. They're not thinking to find it. Inside of you, have a conversation with you, get to know you, truly be intentional. No. They just creating their own fucking map. Okay? This, y'all really got nothing to worry about. This has been established. What's next? This is your ancestors. This is right on top of the recharge. This has been established. Take your rest. Take your blessings. Ooh, party. We got throw a party, go to a party, host a party, enjoy a party. Yeah, this has been established. What's next? Let's celebrate and move on. Divine deliveries. Come on, I can keep. I'm fucking talking about, yes. I can keep going on divine deliveries. And that's all coming up on the recharge. This is letting me know you finna be turned the fuck up in live. That's why they want you to take pictures. That's why they want you to say. That's why they're gonna think you're doing it just because they ain't never did that before. They ain't never. How did they know that? Oh, and may every word And every time that your name is in their mouth, it adds in more glory, it adds in more wealth, it adds in more abundance, more opportunities, more fun, better cameras. Because, bitch, now you're finna see it in high def quality, okay? But yes, you are realizing there is only one genetic makeup of yourself. So, how is this genetic makeup going to leave a footprint in this world, in this life, right? Take these final two. Thank you, Spirit. We have Right Now, and then that's Rihanna uh, and David Guetta. Yeah, tomorrow ain't too far away. I can't get back yesterday. So we young right now. Get up right now. Just live right now. Cause all we got is you get it, you get it, you get it, live. Baby, just fucking live and heal. Heal and live. Living is healing. I want to. That's it. And that's right on top of the I was worried for nothing. So something that you definitely wanted, you've been manifesting, praying that a candle scented up and smoke air, whatever it was, honey. Um, you got it. Don't be worried about it. That's why they don't want you to keep looking up and be like, can I get confirmations that it's mine? Now, ooh, can you hope? That's where the faith comes in. I know it's mine. I know it's mine. I know it's mine. I know it's mine. Okay? So with that being said, done, and set up, my darling, my love, my peace, my sunshine. What is this? Ooh. What do I look like? Sorry, what do I look like being, I didn't put the look like. What do I look like being frantic in the kitchen when I get a cut? Yeah. They really, or even you really possibly thought something set you back. But Spirit is like, you know what to do when you get a cut in the kitchen. And that's why, oh gosh, I love you, Spirit. That's why I said, and even when a kid got up and they knew where the first aid kit was, they got back to playing. That's what it is. Oh, time for healing, baby. Okay? I love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time. Mwah.